The Wuthering Waves collab with Cyberpunk Edgerunner was released recently, and I wanted to give my opinion of the collab coming from someone who has not watched the Cyberpunk anime and is not familiar with the Cyberpunk game or lore. The collab was first announced on April 19th, 2025, during one of Wuthering Waves' official live streams. Honestly, when the announcement dropped, I wasn't too excited for it because I barely knew anything about Cyberpunk, aside from the game having issues on launch. I didn't know it was a collab with the anime and not the game. I couldn't see how Cyberpunk and Wuthering Waves would mesh well with each other and thought it was going to be like a low effort cash grab. But my initial impression was very wrong, and I thought the collab was overall very well done. First, the story quest that comes with the collab does not go away after the event. It's here permanently. I don't know if any gacha games retain their collab story after the event. If you know one, please let me know in the comments below. One big thing I worry about is how disconnected I'm going to be from the story. I've never watched the Cyberpunk Edgerunner anime, so I barely knew anything about the lore. I thought it was going to be a spin off story completely unrelated to the anime, but no. As the story quest progressed, it felt more like a continuation. Through the context clues the collab story sprinkled here and there, it sounded like Lucy had survivor guilt and trauma. I think the story quest gave me enough context to understand what happened in the anime at a very basic level. Let me know if I'm totally off. From what I've got out from the collab story, Lucy and Rebecca are mercenaries called Edge Runners in Night City, which is ruled by Arasaka Corporation. I'm guessing they ran into conflict with Arasaka Corporation, and Arasaka sent the Corporals and Anna Smasher to eliminate them. And in the end, everyone in the group died, including David, which is, I'm pretty sure he's Lucy's lover, though now she has survivor's guilt, developed insomnia, and somehow ended up in the Wuthering Waves world. The collab story is a journey to help Lucy to get closure and try to move on from their friend's death. I thought the story was great and I enjoyed it a lot. I think some moments didn't hit me as hard because I didn't watch the anime. I didn't have the context to know how deep Lucy and David's relationship was or how menacing Adam Smasher was. Looking at social media, it looks like the story was very well received from those who have watched the anime. The ending did get my eyes to water a little bit, but not because of Lucy and David. It reminded me of Final Fantasy X's ending when Titus had to say goodbye to Yuna and her friends, and it kind of pulled the feels from there. As for story presentation and cinematography, Kuro did an amazing job. I think that's pretty much the Kuro staple. Sometimes the story might not be as good, but we can always count on the story presentation and cutscenes to be top notch. I don't know if it's just me, but I find myself being able to finish a story in one setting if the story presentation is captivating. The presentation helps enhance the emotion the character is trying to display or the situation they're in. Moving on to the characters, I want to solely focus on Lucy and Rebecca. Another thing that was on my mind is how they're going to make Lucy and Rebecca interact with the cast of Wuthering Waves without it making it feel forced or awkward. Surprisingly, Rebecca feels like she would fit in with the Wuthering Waves world. Her interaction with Lene, Sigrika, and that gamer girl NPC felt natural. I was a bit sad when I learned that she's not actually alive. Damn, now that I think about it, poor Sigrika. She just lost another friend. Holy shit, she can't get a break at all. This must be some like sick meme Crow is doing. Lucy, on the other hand, not that much. We didn't really get a lot of scenes of her interacting with someone else that's not Rover. I think Crow did a fantastic job with converting Lucy and Rebecca's anime model into 3D characters model. When I compare the anime artwork with the Wuwa models, they look one to one or even better. Both characters are fun to play, their animation looks high quality and smooth aside from Rebecca's ultimate. I don't know if it's just me, but her ultimate looks off. The animation looks a bit choppy. I think they went above and beyond with the attention to details like Lucy's sensor animation being different and you can play the Cyberpunk minigame in her idle animation. There are small things to me, but I think they are big and meaningful for actual fans. So I've been talking about all the things I've liked so far in this collab, and I want to switch it up. This collab was great, probably one of the best collabs so far, but there are some things I don't like about it. It is the lack of exploration and the elusive coral shop. Let's start off with the exploration. Again, I haven't watched the anime, so I don't know how accurate these places are, but it felt very lacking and empty. It looks like they were just created to help push the story and for novelty purposes. With more than a year to work on this collab, I was expecting exploration to be better, especially since Kuro has a track record of being able to push out main story quests plus new exploration areas, patch after patch. In the Cyberpunk collab, they use a different pool currency than the limited banner, Radiant and Fortune Tides. I'm not really upset or bothered about that because PGR used a different pool currency with their collabs. I kind of expect Wuwa to follow the same thing. What I am disappointed with is Kuro releasing a new shop and coral currency. So players who were saving up their corals for Lucy and Rebecca dupes got screwed over. It's definitely a scummy move and it's 100% to make as much money as possible. Even in the elusive coral shop, the dupes are still locked. You can only buy the dupes after you obtain a total of 480 elusive corals. We don't know how much exactly it is, since it's depending on your luck. If I were to guesstimate, it's probably at least $500. It's totally player unfriendly and Kuro will get away with it. They have a good dedicated player base that would kind of like deal with this issue and continue to play Wuthering Waves. Most likely in a future patch, Kuro will announce something that will just get the goodwill of their player base back. I worked at corporate before, so I understand why they made this decision. Kuro will probably have to pay a hefty sum to collaborate with CD Projekt Red, and or CD Projekt Red might take a percentage of the collaboration revenue. If players were able to buy dupes from the Afterglow Coral Shop, it lets them to buy a total of 4 dupes, 2 each for Lucy and Rebecca. Each dupe can save a player up to about $213. That would be a huge hit on their revenue. To make the most money and recuperate production costs, they released a separate branded currency and a different shop. I'm not trying to justify their decision, I just want to give you an idea from a corporate point of view. Overall, Kuro Games has done an incredible job at presenting this collab to us. The story from start to finish was a treat. The story presentation, cutscenes, and animation are captivating and very detailed. The characters and boss design were high quality. I think this does raise the bar in terms of quality of what we should be expecting from a collaboration in the gacha space. It's a good thing. We as fans and players should expect something great and high quality, especially with how much time and money we put into these gacha games. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, comments below, and share it on social media. It'll help me out a lot, and I appreciate all the help I can get. See you in the next video.